Hi, this is about direction vectors, and a direction vector is a vector used to specify the direction of another vector. For example, if we have that a vector v, the magnitude of a vector v is 26 units, and it's in the direction of a vector, 5i at 12j. From this, we know that 5i at 12j is a direction vector for v, and we'll denote that by the vector d. So 5i at 12j is a direction vector for v, and we'll call it d. But we know also that the unit vector is defined of d, which is d hat, is defined as equal to the vector d divided by its magnitude. Remember in our previous video, if we have the vector d, it's a product of its unit vector and the magnitude. So all we've done is rearrange a similar. So this would have be written as in the previous video as d is the product of the magnitude of d times the unit vector. We just rearrange that. We also know that any vector is the product of the magnitude and unit direction, and so we can write that v, the vector v, is equal to its magnitude times d hat. We know the magnitude is given here at 26 units, and all we have to do now is multiply that by d hat. What is d hat? You remember d hat is defined as d, which we're given here as 5i at 12j. Let's write this clearly, 12j. And we're dividing that by its magnitude, which is the root of 5 squared at 12 squared. Now, this evaluates to give us 26 d hat. Now it's unit vector in this direction. 5i at 12j is now written as 1 over 13 5i at 12j. So just to recap, we had the unit vector d in the direction 5i add 12j, and all we've done is calculated this unit vector, because we have the vector d divided by its magnitude, which is 5 squared and 12 squared. Remember, we've stated here that this is in the direction 5i and 12j is in the direction of vector for v, and we'll call it d. And now all we've done is substituted what the magnitude of v is, which has given us 26 units. We've calculated d hat, which is 1 over 13. This evaluates to 1 over 13 into 5i and 12j. And let me just get that on the screen for you. Now this evaluates to give us 10i add 24j. So given the magnitude, which is 26 units, of a vector v in the direction of another vector, in this direction 5i add 12j, we're able to determine the vector v, which is 10i add 24j. Just to recap, we first were given the vector, the magnitude of the vector, 26 units in the direction 5i add 12j. We assigned the vector v to a vector called d, and we know that the unit vector d hat is defined as the vector d over the magnitude of d. We've calculated that here, which gives us what's in this pair of curly brackets, multiplied by a magnitude will give us the vector v, which evaluates to 10i add 24j. Thanks for watching. I'm Alistair.